What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today it is leg day, and that means one thing: we are going to be feeling pretty sore tomorrow. After my week off the gym that I've just had there, I'm starting to feel a lot of DOMs on the rest of my body so far. So at the moment we have finished push and pull, and my whole upper body is in absolute bits. So not ideal in that aspect of things. I've also had to check in with my coach today as well. Still a little bit awkward because of Wednesdays being so busy in the morning with members in the gym, but we got it done. We got the check-in done. So what I will do is I will talk you through my check-in and what's the plans going forward now, because we've had that rest week going forward. So without further ado, if you haven't already, please be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, so food is in, and we're going to get into the car here and get some pre-workout into us. It is pretty cold today, so I do actually think that I'm going to probably train in my joggers, which will be the first time in a long time. We need to keep pushing to get this fat off, so I've already done my cardio today, but we might do a little bit more. On top of that, we are back down to our lower carbohydrates, but depending on what the coach says today in regards to changes, I think I'll need to have a discussion with him to make sure that we can continue to keep losing body fat over time, but this might mean I need to increase my carbohydrate intake to boost my metabolism a little bit more. It is very cold, and it is struggling to get up a little bit more in the mornings, and obviously with my foot starting to get into a better position now, I hope that I'll be able to start walking a little bit more soon. Now, there are icy conditions starting, which is great, of course, but there's nothing we can do about that. But anyway, in the meantime, we need to get into the gym and get a leg session done. So I'm going to take you through some of the clips today and what I'm doing, and you'll be able to see from that whether or not my foot is healing up properly, as I'll have to drop the weight on a lot of the exercises today to make sure that I can push through and get my workout done. So, time for pre-workout, and we have the Blood and Guts back once again. I haven't taken this for a couple of weeks now, so I am hoping that will feel a bit of a difference. I didn't take it last Wednesday because I don't think I trained. No, I didn't train last Wednesday, and the Wednesday before that I didn't train legs, so we'll see how this goes now. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we get on today with it all and how we get on in the session. So what I'll do is I'll make it, which is very easy to do. So what I find is a lot of people like to take their pre-workout, as I've said before, like 40-50 minutes before, but I'm someone who likes to take it 20 minutes before. So at the moment I am probably about 10 minutes away from the gym, so I'm going to sip this on the way around the gym and then get going with the workout. Now, another key thing is as well is minimal water. So I have 300 mils of water in this, and I like to do about a scoop and a half. Now, the Dorian Yates Blood and Guts says that you're supposed to take 2 scoops off it, but I am not for taking 2 scoops today. So what we will do is we will do a scoop and a half as usual, and we're running a wee bit low, so we will need to top up on this over the next number of weeks. But anyway, we will get in and get a scoop and a half done here now. I don't know why. See, when I open up this lid, it's going to make a big massive pop. Don't know why it does it. We're going to get ourselves around to the gym, focus up. It is absolutely freezing at the moment, so I'm going to get this heating blasting in the car in a minute, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll be getting home for our breakfast of today because we haven't had meal one yet. And you'll know from my most recent video that was the full day of eating, or the video before that, I'm not 100% sure the timeline. That video you'll be able to see that my meal one is my eggs, and I haven't had that yet as I've only had my oats this morning. So we are training pretty light today. I do like to train a little bit lighter food wise before training legs, and when I'm training the rest of the week I prefer to have a few more meals in me, so it's just personal preference again. But yes, as we were saying, you'll be able to hear this now. It just shoots off it. But anyway, I'll see you around at the gym and we'll chat more then. How's it going, guys? Back with another commentary today over my first leg day back into the gym after my injury. So starting off with some calf raises. Now, probably not the smartest thing to do. I had completed one session before this, just trying out some of my leg exercises before going into the full thing. So we started off today with calf raises, going much lighter than usual, and because of this we added in an extra set with more reps. So we were aiming for the 15 to 20 range today, and we were just making sure to get a nice stretch on the calf without trying to irritate the heel too much. Now this is what this whole session was about, just making sure that there was the least amount of irritation possible, just so that I could get into a full routine again. So after calves then, we went on to some lying hamstring curls. Now I've been loving these recently, and one thing that I've done, which I would suggest you use to do as well, is actually drop the weight. By me dropping the weight by about 10 to 15%, I've been able to feel so much more coming out of my hamstrings in regards to the strength that I can feel. And as you can see from these reps here, I'm getting up, right up into the point of me basically getting the pad for my feet to touch my bum, and it's making all the difference in the world, and I hopefully will see the rewards of this. After this, again, you can see that my foot position is a lot lower than what I would normally have it, and my heels are slightly lifting, and this is to protect the heel just before I go back into pressing heavy again. Again, on each side I only have 4 plates rather than the usual 6 that I would be doing, and today it's just about focusing on the depth and trying to get through the movement as best as possible, because the thing for me is, going forward, we need to make sure that the leg is in a prime position so that when we start adding on more calories into the diet, that I'll be able to then add the tissue onto my body to make it worthwhile. So there's no point in getting injured when we're in this phase right now of trying to lose body fat, and it's just making sure that we can go through the movement in a way that isn't going to hurt me, but I can still get stimulus through the muscle. After this, we went on to some leg extensions. Now, recently I've been loving leg extensions due to the fact of the burn that I feel from them, and I've been able to see some progress in this, which means it's going well for me. Now, quads haven't always been my favourite muscle. Doing the leg extension has made a big difference for me, and it's just making legs more enjoyable. The burn that I get off this makes all the difference in the world. I was supposed to do glute drives after this, but I had to do some hip extensions due to the fact of my foot giving me some issues, but I didn't want to overdo it. So today's exercises were kept easy enough with just a 25 kg, which you'll see from the side here. And the reason for this was just making sure that I could hit the posterior chain in the best way possible. And doing this just allowed me to make sure that I could still get the glutes worked, even though that I was in a position where I was slightly compromised due to the foot. But now we're going on to the right track again. It's looking good for moving forward. So enjoy the rest of the video anyway. A little bit later in the day now, and I have been swamped with work today. I guess it's a good way to be, considering that we're trying to grow a business and a gym after all. So we've just had to kind of focus on that today. I am getting my next meal sorted now, and I'm going to be needing it soon. Pretty hungry, and it's only about 4:10 at the moment. So I'm glad they've got that on, make things a little bit easier, and we still have a good bit of work to do tonight. I'm just actually enjoying making these videos at the moment, so it's fantastic to see. And on top of that as well, the fact that everybody is making progress at the moment, it's really good to see that people are putting the work in and the changes are occurring. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next number of months when we go into our new block of training, which I have been designing today, and it will be going live in the next 2 weeks. So if you are someone who is interested in trying out some of the classes, then this is the perfect time to do it with the swap over, or the switch over, that we're going to be having to our new training style in the next couple of weeks. And it works out perfectly with having our night out this weekend, and it's going to be a pretty tough weekend because there's going to be Formula 1 on at 4 o'clock in the morning this weekend, and obviously being out isn't going to be good. However, we are out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's not too bad. Whereas if it was like 7 or 8 o'clock, then it would be a bit of an issue. But thankfully, because it's early enough, it shouldn't be too much hassle. So all being well, we'll be able to get through the night and just keep pushing, and then get some sleep and get up the next morning. But only time will tell. So yeah, we now need to get on to giving out some offers to people and get on with the rest of the evening. So I will update you when I'm getting some food. Sad day in the parish, lads. We haven't got any more people this evening, but a good few people haven't picked up, which is hopefully a good thing going forward. So this is kind of more about business today, but at the same time, it's just gonna show you how business is sometimes. It doesn't always go to plan, but we just have to keep working, and then we'll see where it goes. Persistency is key. The way I'll keep going is until somebody blocks me and then I know they're not interested. But yeah, this is just the first day. We're going to continue to keep doing this before we get our Black Friday deal going live. So it'll be interesting to see how things go there. All right, so it is currently 7:10 in the evening, and I'm about to get on the bike for my second 20 minutes of cardio to get myself back up to 40. And the reason that I'm doing this today is the heating has decided to break in the house. So I have been wanting to record more, but it's just been that cold. I haven't had the opportunity to. So we've got all our clients done for the day. We're making sure we get through everything as usual, but it is absolutely freezing in the house at the moment. So I have to get an extra radiator from the gym to bring it home. I really feel like bringing this burner down here beside me home with the gas to get some heat into the house, but we're not going to do that. So hopefully a plumber can come out in the next day or two and get things sorted for us. Only time will tell how quickly it's going to get sorted. Again, we're out this weekend for our gym night out, so I'm looking forward to that. But again, at the same time, I'm absolutely freezing at the moment, and I genuinely think I'm going to need to get a shower in the gym tomorrow, just for the simple fact that there's going to probably be no warm water. And now, because I haven't been doing ice baths, it doesn't make it any easier for me when I'm going to have cold water being blasted on me. So all being well, I'll be able to get a shower, but in the meantime, it's not looking good. So I'm going to get some heat into my body now before going home, and yeah, just not sweat too much so I don't need to get a shower tonight.